Hey again for another video. Today, it's only fitting it's the holidays, and today I just want to talk about my thoughts on escaping poverty, at least right now. I mean, anything could always happen, but um, like my previous videos, I've mentioned that I grew up in poverty. I was raised by a single mother. I mean, we weren't on Section 8 or anything, but did have food stamps for a couple of years, and then again she made too much, so I know I was on Medicaid throughout my childhood, as my insurance provider. But you know, I feel like I needed to not like be in poverty, because why would you want to be in poverty? But I needed to experience that, and that made me a better person, and that makes me a better person currently, because I can relate and empathize with people who are going through hardships right now. And I've only just recently started making a good amount of money, but um, I've realized, like, at my job, people come in and get their stuff that they need, and they just assume that I've always, because, like, with my job, they know, oh, I'm making a certain amount of money. I don't want to say what I do, but um, anyone who knows what I do, they know, like, my job title automatically, oh, you make a lot of money. But anyway, so they just assume that I've lived this way my whole life, and um, that's just not the case. Growing up, like, I've experienced basically everything, like from uh, needing to open the oven to heat up the house, which I know it isn't safe, but I lived in the north, and we had to open up. My mother couldn't pay the what is it, the gas bill, so we had to open the oven to heat the house. I don't know what else. Like, eh, I mean, I had to choose between getting a scooter one year and her just paying for my lunch meals. Of course, I chose the scooter because I was like, hey, I'm not going to be eating, but at least I could ride in style getting that Razor scooter. But yeah, it was a ride. I didn't really need anything. Honestly, like, I didn't go without anything. Um I had the basics. That's all you really need. Um, my mother, surely enough, provided for her children. Obviously, we couldn't get like Nintendo DSs every year, but she made it work. I feel like I survived, and obviously she did a good job, because I am where I am in life now. So, it gets better. I had a good head on my shoulders, so I knew that getting an education would set me up for success. So, and I'm pretty stubborn, and meaning, like, I just put my mind to something, I'm gonna get it done. Like, no one can tell me nothing. If I'm failing all my classes, I mean, I'm gonna get it done somehow. Like, but I'm here where I am today, so um, at least I did something right. All my siblings basically have very good jobs, and they're doing well as well. So it's, in my opinion, it's not like you can get out of poverty if you set your mind to it. I don't know what else to say. It's just, um, people just have unfortunate events. Like I'm glad to know that I'm healthy. I mean, I know I'm fat, but like I don't have like serious medical bills that I have to, pay off, and um, I didn't have to like get hospitalized. I don't know. That's some reasons that I see people in poverty kind of, hey, I got some medical bills, I can't work. So, I mean, that's a valid excuse. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, I'm just glad I'm healthy and my family's healthy as well. So, just you know, keeping on top of things with your health and everything basically makes this better. I think it definitely helps that I had three older brothers. With boys and men, they could do like odd jobs and stuff like that. Which I get some of my characteristics from my brothers. So um, just knowing that you could do odd jobs and make some money. Not that I did that, but hey, I'm glad I put in the work and time during school, and now I basically set myself up for the rest of my life as long as I'm healthy and able to work. Um, like I said, like escaping poverty, I may have escaped that right now, but I need to continue and set myself up and save up money so I can live a good life and have children who also live a good life. In my opinion, like escaping poverty wasn't that very hard. I mean, I'm a big advocate of getting an education. Like, and by education, I mean getting a degree that's wanted, that's in demand. I mean, obviously, we were kids when we entered college, 18 usually. So I don't fault anybody for choosing like the wrong major degree because, I mean, everyone wants an art degree, but are these jobs in high demand? Not really. I mean, depending on what you do, and do they make a lot of money? So it's just unfortunate that inflation occurs every single year, and people can't pursue their hobbies and passion as a job. I mean, that's another thing, like not being able to pursue something that you really want, um, and instead going into something that will make a lot of money. I mean, I feel for that. I feel like um, I feel like I'm becoming disconnected from people who live in poverty because I try to understand where they're coming from, but I know in my mind hard work will always pay off in the end. And I keep going back to getting an education. Like, that is the number one thing that I believe will get you out of poverty, being educated. For example, my mother like drove school buses for a living, and I don't know how much she was making. It has to be under 40K a year. With four children, that's insane. But people still do it, obviously. But she went back to school and she got her master's. I forgot, masters in like business management, and she has three masters. She has business management, I know for sure, and I can't remember the other two. But anyway, she's a teacher now, and she's making $80,000 a year now, which wouldn't have happened if she didn't go back to school and got an in demand degree. Um, so that's one example of things you can do to, you know, increase your quality of life. It sounds simple, and I know it takes more work than it sounds, but in the end, like if you're working three jobs and you still can't afford, if you're still going to paycheck, something's got to change, right? Um, but yeah, I mean, in our environment today, you just have to pick it up and do what you need to do in order to make that money, and eventually people can stop living so much paycheck to paycheck, but at least covering all the bills and getting stuff you enjoy month by month. And I realized that it is so much simpler to say it than actually do it. But I mean, you're watching this video, so at least that at least you're stepping in the right direction. Um, I mean, I don't have all the answers. I mean, I realize there's health issues that people go through, and there's just where you're located. There's high cost of living areas, which, shoot, man, I used to live in near New York where it was a high cost of living, and I knew, like, me going to grad school, I'm like, I chose a grad school in an area where, I mean, it was medium to low cost of living, so after grad school I could live in the area, so I didn't have to pay like high rent or something. So I moved away from home, and um, another thing, I moved away from home with only $250. Um, and I bought a laptop with that $250, and I had to get a job right away. I had to start making money, so I applied to jobs before coming down to another state, and um, started working two jobs actually, during grad school, so I can afford um, the basics. I took out more tuition than I needed to cover my rent. Um, but then everything else, my car payment, car insurance, food, all came from me. So I had to provide that for myself. So I got two jobs working during grad school. So that's how I survived that. Didn't have any help from my parents. I mean, she would give me like $50, like here and there, but of course that's not enough to sustain myself. So I had to work during grad school. So I mean, some people had it easy; they didn't have to work, and working that did affect my grade. But C's get degrees, so I hate that model, but hey, it works. Like as long as you pass, you get that degree, that job is not gonna care. Um, Initially, at least. So I feel like I came a long way, and I still need to work on myself. I still need to continue to set myself up for success in my older years to come. I'm still young. I'm still 27, almost 28. I'll be 28 in February. So I'm just, I'm very proud of myself, of where I was from and where I came to be. And um, yeah, if you have any questions, I'll definitely answer your questions in the comments below. If you made it this far, please leave a like. Um, right now I'm just talking to myself, but I think um, this will help people, whoever comes across this video. So I hope you have a great holiday and enjoy yourself. Thank you.